Hello ladies and gentlemen, hello, good evening, good morning in my case. My mate's invented a time machine and I went out for a ride with him last week. It was brilliant. I said, hey, take us back to 1977. And he won't even want to go there for. I said, I'm going to go and buy an old CB and bring it back and play around with it. Got myself an old 40 channel President AR7 here, brand spanking new. I've just told you about the time machine. Why don't you believe me about the time machine? You believe this is an AR7, don't you? You just don't believe about the time machine. Is that what you're saying? Stuff you. Some of you people, you don't believe nothing. I'm fed up here. Anyway, folks, here we have a brand spanking President. We are President AR7, 40 channel, AM radio, and it is brand new, folks, it really is. And it's not worth a carrot. Yes, it's a shame, but it's not worth an absolute carrot. Why is it not worth a carrot? Because it works on the frequency that nobody bothers with these days. 26965 to 27405 AM. Anyway, with it being brand spanking new condition and me having all the equipment, I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to do something with it. First of all, I'm going to convert it, folks. I'm going to convert it. Just what I'm doing. No! Can't believe it, ladies and gents, it's like Christmas. So here I am, I've got it all out of the packet, as you can see, and I've got it coupled up to a power supply. Looking right forward to it. They said there's loads of people on. Oh. Alright. Hello, hello, can anybody hear me? Hello? I think I've been ripped off. Hello, can anybody hear me? Hello, 19 a copy. I've been ripped off, I've been ripped off. Hello, please, please, someone say hello. Oh, I'm fed up with it. Anyway, as you can see I own my own blowtorch. You've seen my blowtorch, but forget that, folks. I've got a better idea. A radio that's in such lovely condition, we can go live and direct to Bodgit Bill. Bodgit Bill, could you show us how you convert a radio of this nature? Bodgit Bill, could you show us how to convert this radio right now? Bodgit Bill, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Bodgit Bill. I've got a bit of a speech impediment, but I'm going to convert the radio. I'm going to take this silicon chip out. I've nearly done it, Look, she all told about it. Oh, yow! Oh, that's a bit. That's it now.
Put your blowtorch down, man. Put it down. Right, sorry about that. Right, it's obvious I'm not going to be allowed to do out with that, then he says. Cobra Man says I can't do out with that, so I won't. But the thing is, I can tell you, right, that when I was 17 years old and I had a 148 GTLDX Cobra and I loved it to bits, as you do, right, I used to every now and again put my little AR7 on with the same Turner Plus 3B, and when we were all on AM years ago on the old 19 as we all call it, right, they couldn't tell any difference. You know, if I never said a word, they used to just say, then you know, they never said stuff like, hey, have you just changed your radio out? It really did work well, folks, but they just don't look so much, do they? But they did. They were a good little old bus. But so heartbreaking in my opinion now to see them so redundant But yeah, you know what I mean, they were good. Just Europeans on there now, no UK stations. It's a shame. So I went hunting around the internet, right, to see if I can find a broken down one, of course. And my mate Keith, hiya Keith, he sent me two up. He sent me two old radios up with Keith from down south. Spoke to you on Echo Link, Keith. Hope you're keeping okay, old pal, if you're watching. But he sent me two up. Not sure whether they were both brought down or just one, I can't remember. But anyway, I did the conversion with this, but it's a bit too scabby. It's lost all its chrome here, and I did it with it and it works reasonably well, so I decided to put it back as an AM rig and look for a cleaner one, you see. Look for a cleaner one. But basically what I want to tell you folks is the reason why I had to do it is because that was my first ever CB, one of those, and the sentimentality about these CBs. Now when you see it go to wall and no one loves them anymore, it's heartbreaking. I used to love my little baby, as you always love your first radios. So I just wanted to see if I could do something with it. Not to sell it, of course. No one would ever buy it after you've done it, would they? But anyway, you see, the thing is, the chip that's in these, the phase lock loop synthesizer, was absolutely revolutionary in its day. Let me explain. It's a ROM chip. ROM meaning read-only memory. Whatever conversion you try and give that chip, the chip will operate the lock detector in the chip will activate the TX mixer, and the radio just won't transmit. Literally anywhere below 26965 or anywhere above 965, it'll just shut it down or even shut receiver down. So there's nothing you can do about that because of it being a read-only memory chip. Channel selector gives it its code, and if you try and give it another direct programming pin code or out like that, well, see you later, it says. So, but you know that all you people out there, loads of you steal the chip out of these radios, don't you? The TC9106, and you put it in your little audio lines and your UK rigs, don't you? Seen it done billions of times. I've got all the blue tack to prove it, and the little bits of solder that were rolling around. But the thing is, folks, right, I said to myself, well, if they can do it like that, by interfacing them two chips together and switching the phase detector pin, because that's the only difference between the two chips. One drives the VFO to go up to UK FM's frequencies using the phase detector pin, of course, and the phase detector on the 106 does the same job, except it doesn't drive it as high, just drives it to mid-band frequencies. Anyway, as Delia Smith says in one of her cooking videos,
Here's one I made earlier.
right, so this is the clean AR7. I got myself two from Keith, if you remember, a scruffy one and a clean one. This is the cleaner one, okay? And cut a long story short, there's me little FM detector that I just made up for the receiver. All I did is I just put the TC9119 directly in, but I am eventually going to switch them just like you guys do for the UK, and I'm going to switch two chips together, switching the phase detector pin, so it'll call at 1 to 40 mid and 1 to 40 UK, reading the right channels, right? I've had to slightly alter the VCO slightly, not the tuning, but just slightly how it works, because it was trying to change frequency on either the receive or the transmit, and that they need to be both smacked together, you see, of course. They would be normally, but for some reason they weren't. I don't know why that is. I didn't really look into it, but I just altered how the reference oscillator gets it sniffed at mixer, to phase lock loop. Anyway, I also had to broadband the TX and the receiver so that it'd do 4 watts on UK and 4 watts on mid band, and also have the same amount of receive on mid as UK. The mistake I made though, folks, is not just variboard, but I also made the mistake by using the AN240 FM detector chip. I shouldn't have done that. I should have stayed with the Uniden, and you will hear later on in the sound quality that that's why the lidding on this radio is because I'm not happy with it. I'm going to have to make the receiver sound a bit smoother. I've tried to open it up a little bit and make it so that the bandwidth of the last IF filter on the 455 is a little bit more wider, and I've done that by adding this ceramic crystal here, this ceramic filter, and I've just stole it instead of it having a